and welcome to episode 10, where we talk about all the Disney news, from D23 to cruising. Let's go! Hi, welcome to the continuing adventures of Two Gray Mice. I'm Meg.
And I'm Rob.
And we are Two Gray Mice. Hi.
Hello.
How's your week going?
Well, it's just started, even though it's Tuesday.
Yeah, that was a pretty good weekend, though. Labor Day weekend.
Labor Day weekend was a good weekend.
Yep, it was a very good weekend for us union employees.
Union strong, union proud.
You got it. As I said in the opening, we're going to talk about all the Disney news that's fit to print.
Or just talk about.
Or just talk about, since we don't actually print anything.
So, Meg's going to start off because my notes start with the number 2. So apparently there's a number 1 that I'm not privy to. But
I was keeping
Meg,
it a secret.
You can't keep it a secret.
So many things came out of D23 that just came out this weekend. Things have been coming out for the past 2 weeks. And we decided just to put them all into one big episode. And the first thing that came out that I found interesting was they are going to be adding a Walt Disney audio animatronic figure to the Carousel of Progress.
Now, when you mentioned that to me, I was like super stoked because, as hokey as it is, Carousel of Progress is one of my most favorites. And you remember what happened the last time we were down there?
Yes.
We had 2 back-to-back interruptions where the ride basically got to the one room, and then that was that.
Yep.
Went through the same, barking dog routine 6 times before, nope, this is not happening. And then we were walked out of the...
Well, they've never done a major upgrade to the ride. I mean, it's still basically the same ride system from 1962, correct?
No, I think they've upgraded a bunch of stuff, but it's not like they've redone the entire ride.
Yeah.
I mean, it's essentially a super large turntable, but there are a lot of moving effects.
Oh, yeah.
In each one of those rooms. And, stuff wears out.
Right. And they're just going to add a sliver or take away a sliver from another room. Not sure how the pie is cut when you look at it from above. So Carousel of Progress was part of the World's Fair in 1962. And Walt had a great deal to do with the creation of the Carousel of Progress and why it was moved into Disneyland and then into Disney World. It closed in Disneyland, I have no idea when, several years ago. So they have said, the same vision continues to push for our ongoing innovation across Disney parks in the past, present, and future, just as it has over the past 70 years. An exciting announcement on stage during the Creating the Happiest Place on Earth panel at Destination 23. Walt Disney Imagineer Chris Beatty revealed that you will soon be able to see Walt Disney through the magic of audio animatronics technology in Walt Disney's Carousel of Progress at Magic Kingdom and Walt Disney World Resort.
And like I said, I'm super excited about this because they've done an awful lot of new stuff, but to do a new animatronic, and especially one of Walt, I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, and it's gonna be interesting. It's if you see the photos of it, the artist renderings of it, it looks like a much younger Walt than the one they just put in Disneyland with Mr. Lincoln, which no one really likes. No one's quite sure if it looks like Walt or doesn't look like Walt. So hopefully they've learned a little lesson, and maybe for once we get the better version of it here in Disney World.
Yeah, and I was disappointed because when we went down to Disneyland in January, it was never open.
No, because they were getting ready to put Walt in there.
It's never open.
Christian, the executive director of the Walt Disney Family Museum, said that they are grateful to the Walt Disney Company and Walt Disney Imagineering for their continued collaboration and ongoing partnership with the Walt Disney Family Museum. The introduction of a new audio animatronic figure of Walt Disney and Walt Disney's Carousel of Progress marks an exciting milestone in our shared mission to celebrate the story of the man behind the magic and inspire new generations with his innovations and vision for the future. So it is going to be... It's going to be fun, I think.
It's going to be a gas.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
And when is it opening again?
After we're down there.
Well, I gathered that.
They didn't tell us. So 26, the vague, sometime in 26.
Sometime in 26.
But it will be closed in December.
That's okay.
Okay. Just letting you know now.
Just gives us an excuse to go back sometime later next year.
Moving right along.
So Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party started last weekend. The wait times for meeting Jack and Sally are astronomical. We could not believe some of the initial reports, but then we understand that Jack's costume is rather involved, and there were a couple of issues with the costume on several nights that may have something to do with the really long waits. But reviews are in, and the overlays are great. The parade is fantastic. It looks like it's everything that we hoped it would be.
Yeah, and Jack, I've seen the costume is much better costume. It looks more like Jack instead of that funky jaw thing they had going in the past. It works really well. A friend of mine went down with her family. Her son brought a backpack, but used the bag they give you, and then would just stop every once in a while and empty into the backpack. He ended up with 6.5 pounds of candy.
6.5 pounds of candy. That's a kid that I don't want to be around.
Yeah, well, it's just they don't give you one or two pieces; they give you a scoop at each location. So just well,
like I've said before, if you're a chocoholic,
or not even, they got you got your Skittles and stuff too.
Yeah, if you're a candy hound, the trick or treating at the party is not to be missed.
Yeah, same thing with the Oogie Boogie Bash was also opened last week, and I believe is finally sold out, which normally sells out the day it opens for ticket sales. So maybe people are getting tired of Oogie Boogie. I don't know. The next big story that came out of last week was Beak and Barrel finally opened on the 29th after many hiccups with reservations.
Yes, now we want to stress that the hiccups were with the online registration and reservation only. Reports that we have from folks who have visited the new Beak and Barrel are nothing but over the moon. High marks for service, very high marks for the theming. Just it looks like a fantastic place. I can't wait to visit. I really cannot.
No, our media person from I'm an independent contractor for an awesome agency called the Curated Travel Collection, and they got to go to the soft opening that was for the media, and the pictures she sent and videos she sent are wonderful. But she said the drinks were great, the food was good, like everything. She didn't like this or like that better than, but everybody's going to have their own thing. But it looks wonderful.
I mean, what I find interesting is it's not one big space. They have it divided up into many individual spaces. You have the main dining room, which they refer to as the mess. You have the cursed bar, which sounds really, really fun. It seems to be cobbled together from salvaged portions of a cursed shipwreck. But the details supposedly are amazing. I mean, I'm looking at a picture right now of the back bar, I guess you'd call it, and it's a trip. I can't wait to go. Then there's they have the captain's quarters. They have captain's booths. So if you're planning on hanging out for your full 45 minutes and you are in a party and you want to duck into a booth, they have them there. And then there's the map maker's room, which looks very, very interesting too.
And it's the only place that's going to be standing room.
Yeah.
So there's one small room that you stand at a table at, and everything else is seated, which is nice because, like, compared to Olga's, where most of it's standing and a small portion of it's seated.
Correct.
So it's going to be fun. And the bar is where right now I can't remember his name. Rob's got the thing up. The bird is that will come out.
Rummy.
Rummy, the Barker
parrot.
bird will come out and start the singing of the Pirates of the Caribbean theme song. So if you've ever been to Trader Sam's where like storms come in, they have parts where storms come in and curses happen. There's lots of Easter eggs all over the walls. You really want to look at the walls and look what's written in all the pamphlets. They have 3 ships in a bottle, and during one part, one of them sinks in the bottle. Like it just disappears slowly. Gets shot and then sinks. So it's gonna be fun. Where I think every time you go, it's gonna be different. And in one of the interviews, because when they went for the media day, they got to interview the two main Imagineers. I think he said there was like 15 or 20 different experiences that happen every 7 to 8 minutes while you're there in your 45 minutes. So obviously you're not going to get all 15 little shows. So when you go back the next time, it'll be a completely different experience.
Right. Well, they've been working on that for a number of years with a lot of different things. Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
Different soundtracks. It just makes you want to come back.
Yeah. No. And they want you to come back. But you do advanced dining reservations. It's going to be a hot commodity. So if you want to do this,
it's going to be a must visit.
Yeah. You're going to want to be on your app or on your computer or more than one person on at 5:55 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Go.
And start with the last day of your trip and work backward.
Yeah. That was a helpful hint that we learned a while back. It really makes an awful lot of sense.
Somebody may only be there for 3 days and somebody may be there for longer. So your best chance of getting something is always to start with your last day and work back to your first.
Just cycle backwards. But, while we're still talking about the Beak and Barrel, the drinks look very interesting. The nibbles look very interesting as well.
The Kraken's right out.
Yeah.
I can't do octopus when it's actually in tentacles.
No. The one thing that we do want to say is it's very, very similar to Olga's in the fact that you have a 45-minute time limit. I don't know how strict they're being with it, but they're trying to cycle people through. You can definitely get your fill, I believe, in 45 minutes of the place. And when we go there, I'm probably going to want to get one of the standing areas so I can wander, because it just seems, like I said from the photographs, that it's phenomenal, a home run as far as the theming is concerned.
Yeah, no, it looks absolutely wonderful, and I'm really looking forward to going. And part of me hopes maybe we can go twice, but we'll find out. They are right now being very strict about the 45 minutes and the 2 drinks. It is a family location, so there is food and beverages for people that are under the age of 21.
Yes.
The cookie one looks kind of cool.
It definitely does.
And it is, it is expensive to some extent, but the one thing, the souvenir pirate head drink is like $40 or something, but you get to keep the pirate head.
But I'm talking, for the simple noshes.
Oh, yeah.
Most of the noshes are in the $12 to $16 range. I see a lot of stuff that definitely piques my curiosity.
Yeah,
that I would consider trying. But you're right, the Kraken's catch with octopus tentacles marinated in lemon and lime juice with olives, bell peppers, avocado, and piquillo pepper almond foam. No,
but the margarita seems right up my alley.
Yeah, it looks great.
Yeah.
Looks great. I can't wait.
We'll tell you more after we go down.
Yes, December. We will definitely let you know what we think of the place in person.
The next 2 things are just really quick little side notes. The Little Mermaid, a musical adventure, has been added to Lightning Lane Multipass beginning September 11th. Why do you think they did that?
Because it's popular.
Oh, it is popular, but I think it's Hollywood Studios just lost Muppet Vision. They're about to lose Rock and Roller Coaster. They don't have enough things on the multipass to make it worth buying without adding something else.
Hadn't thought of that.
So it's going to be interesting because I don't really think it needs it. I mean, I don't think most of the shows need the multipass. Some shows might. The one that just popped in my head isn't at Disney World, so that doesn't help. The other thing happened is minivan airport service is expanding to deluxe resorts. Before COVID, you could take a minivan from the airport to your deluxe resort. During COVID, it stopped. When it started back up again, you only had to be in the concierge rooms to get the service. Once again, it's available to anyone in a deluxe resort, villa, any along those places you can stay. You can book it anywhere between 60 days before you arrive and 2 days before you arrive. The kicker is, of course, it's not cheap.
No, $185 round trip. We did the calculation based on the last Uber that we got when we were down there, and I would stick with the Uber myself.
Yeah, and what it gets really down to is minivans are great. I mean, they're fun looking. They hold 6 people, and it's $185 round trip. One person, 6 people. They hold 6 people, so it's logical for 6 people. They always have 2 car seats, which Ubers and Lyft do not guarantee having. So then you're left with taking the Mears bus or a private car. At that point, you might as well go with the minivan because you're still talking then about the same price.
Well, sure. If you're in a large group, it definitely makes sense.
It totally makes sense.
If it's just, you and the missus.
Yeah. Then skip it.
Yeah.
Get an Uber or Lyft.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, the last 2 times we've been down there, the drivers that we've had, both from the airport to the resort and from the resort back to the airport, they've been great.
Yeah.
They've been great. Being from New York, I mean, they're fun.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
Totally fun.
The last guy we had was from Queens.
Yeah. The LA guy wasn't from Queens. The LA guy was from LA. Our next news story is also having opened on the 29th. Sorry, folks. I'm permanently froggy. Was the International Food and Wine Festival at EPCOT.
Yeah, now we've watched a couple of videos from other folks that we follow. The offerings look really fun. And we have a lot of repeats, but there's a bunch of new stuff that really piqued my curiosity.
Yeah.
It seems to me that they have an awful lot of drinks and beverages this time around. Well, a lot of themed beverages, a lot of themed beers, brewskis. But just reading through some of the new items, because that's always what we try to focus on, the new stuff. The new stuff looks phenomenal, just phenomenal.
Yep. So we kind of pulled out some of the new stuff that we thought looked interesting, or at least kind of interesting. And I mean, sorry, I'm having problems finding my words this evening.
I'm going to help you out. So one of the new places is called Forest and Field. They have 2 dishes, both of which are apparently full of yum. The first one is an autumn chili featuring impossible beef with root vegetables, plant-based cheddar, and plant-based sour cream in a bread bowl. Sounds, I want to try it.
Right.
I want to try it.
Right.
And then the other one that they have, which sounds even tastier, and I'm hopefully not going to butcher this too badly, the shakeup sandwich, featuring mortadella, prosciutto ham, sun-dried peppers, arugula, stracciatella cheese, I butchered that, fall squash, mustards, and pistachio pesto on warm focaccia. That sounds incredibly tasty too.
Yes.
And we did one of the folks that we follow, they tried it, they loved it.
Mm-hmm.
They almost wanted to have seconds.
Yeah.
So that's at Forest and Field.
Yeah, at Bramblewood Bites, what sounded interesting to us was the cast iron seared river trout with vanilla butternut squash puree, Brussels sprout salad, candied pecans, spiced pumpkin seeds, dried cranberries, and maple dressing.
And just so you don't get the wrong idea, these are all what would be considered small plates. These are not, like large entree-sized servings. What's great about food and wine is you do get to sample an awful lot and still be able to walk back to your hotel room.
Or not, so depending on how you want to go for it. Yeah. And the prices range anywhere from $6 to $15, depending on the item, how big it is. But for the most part, they're all on, no bigger than a, 4x4, 5x5 plate or circle, So it's a quick bite. It's easy to eat. And what I like about it is I am a very fussy eater, which we've said in the past. So I don't mind
like to try new stuff.
I don't mind spending $6 or even $10 to try something new to find out I don't like it, because it's going to be small enough that Rob can finish it for me. Then I don't feel bad.
two other items that I thought warranted closer inspection in the Flavors of America. They have a Gulf Coast style seafood roll with warm water lobster, rock shrimp, lobster bisque, and sherry cream frosé on a toasted brioche bun. Now, I'm allergic to crustaceans, so this isn't something that I would necessarily
No, but this is
eat.
something you thought when you saw it, you thought of me because I love crustaceans.
Definitely, and you put all of that together with that sherry cream on a brioche bun, and then the other one they have for me, the meat eater, the New England slider, slow braised beef pot roast with spicy giardiniera, horseradish cream, and crispy fried onions on a potato roll. That sounds really yummy too.
Yep. And then France, because this is one of my favorite meals anyway. Bouffe bourguignon, puree de pommes de terre. I failed French twice. Just red wine braised short ribs with potato puree. Beef bourguignon is wonderful. So this is just something that just falls off, and short ribs are just amazing. So I'm hoping they haven't screwed this up.
And then they have a spiced brioche with a 3-cheese Mornay filling. All of this stuff is new for them, which I find great because I would love new stuff.
Yes, love new stuff.
They even have an escargot offering.
They usually do. It's just they change how they make it each year or each time, so it's not just like.
So it's
escargot and butter and garlic. It's something different.
It's a trio of escargot bites in a croissanto served with a garlic parsley dip. I'm not a big snail fan, but I might actually try this. This sounds tasty.
It's a slug in a shell.
It's a slug in a shell, but it's in bread. Oh, stop.
This is why I'm the finicky eater.
And then, of course, the creme brulee. Yes. That looks...
and a good glass of French champagne?
That looks very, very tasty. Very, very yummy. What were some of the other new offerings that we saw that I really said to myself, I got to try that? Mexico got some new stuff. Yeah. The flan looks real tasty.
And the carnitas.
Yep. And they have a new Clarita margarita. And then a strawberry pomegranate margarita,
which I liked the strawberry pomegranate. With
both of those sounded
delicious.
Tasty. You were a little turned off because the strawberry pomegranate.
Oh, it has the spicy agave, right? So that's where I have problems. I can't do spice. I don't do spice.
I don't think it's an El Diablo kind of.
That's true. Don't ever get the El Diablo with a mustache and kiss your girlfriend.
I think you'll be fine. And you were my wife at the time. You were not my girlfriend.
But I don't know who's listening.
Yeah, we're talking from a
personal experience.
And then, so there's a swirled showcase that's also up in the front area.
Yep.
Yeah. So this sounds kind of fun. My order just to see what it looks like when it arrives. The liquid nitrogen frozen pumpkin cheesecake mousse, featuring Philadelphia cream cheese with candied pecans and maple caramel sauce. Yeah, that.
Yeah. Okay.
That sounds.
That's also where you go to get your award after you're done with the meals fromage tour.
Right.
Now, of course, there's returning favorites everywhere. In the Alps, you're going to get your raclette Swiss cheese and ham sandwich. That's everybody loves.
Well, back up for a second and go over the whole passport thing, because we totally short circuited everything and rolled right past it. So they have these passports. So you get the festival passport, and you can get that up front when you first
right by the maps.
Yeah, come into EPCOT. You get that. You purchase 5 of the items that are within the little booklet there, and you get your stamps at the booths that you get the food at, and you bring that back, and you get a prize at Shimmering Sips. Free beverage, I believe, is what.
That's our soft ice cream place. So it's soft ice cream or something along those lines in a small cup.
So it's a treat.
It's a treat.
It's
ice cream. It's a cold treat, which is good.
It's
always
a treat
good.
On top of treats.
Yes. Well, it's cheap. Yeah, because you're eating a whole lot of cheese.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying what it is. Just keeping you in the loop there, dude. And of course, America has the funnel cakes they have every year. that changed different toppings. Greece is going to have their spanakopita and their lamb gyro, which is just amazing. Gyros.
But as we've said before, I mean, I have a lot of favorites festival-wise, Flower and Garden, Food and Wine. Those are the two that I really love. Just such a great atmosphere, super fun stuff everywhere. Just a great time to visit Epcot.
Right. And the refreshment port by Canada, the poutine is a braised beef poutine. French fries with braised beef, mushroom sauce, freezing boursin garlic, and fine herbs cheese curds, and gherkin relish. I love boursin cheese, but I don't like poutine.
Well, might have to give it a try.
I might have to, or you'll have to get it, and then I'll just try.
I might have to give it a try.
But, so it's basically, that's why we love it. And, yes, Food and Wine, and that is our favorite. All of them are great. All 4 festivals. The Festival of the Arts gets a little more artistic with their food, literally gets more artistic with their food. And we didn't do a lot of food booths the last time we were down for the holidays.
Nope.
We didn't do the cookie stroll. So we're going down this year in December for the holidays, and we will hit the holiday festival booths, and we will do the cookie stroll.
Are we going to do a cookie stroll this year?
We're going to do the cookie stroll.
That would be lovely.
Yeah. I know. It would be horrible if you have to eat 5 cookies.
Terrible.
I know.
Horrible.
He's crying, folks.
I'll do my calisthenics before I go down, so I'm in shape.
Okie dokie.
So now we're moving on to the next thing. Reservations for 2026 at Disneyland are open. And there's a bunch of Disneyland stuff going on.
So Disneyland reservations for 2026 opened, and this is for the Disneyland hotels. It is not for the packages with the other hotels, the Good Neighbor hotels. Those will open usually in a couple weeks. So they want the Disneyland hotels to open first. These packages are valid for arrivals between January 1st and December 31st, 2026, which is wonderful because we still do not have November, December for sale for World. They have decided to change things up on the benefits you get by staying in the hotels. To provide our guests more flexibility to enjoy shorter lines for our attractions beginning January 5th, all guests who are checked in and staying at one of the Disneyland Resort hotels with valid admission and park reservations will receive 1 Lightning Lane entry for an available Lightning Lane multi-pass attraction of their choice to use during their resort stay. With this update, we will no longer offer the early entry program for guests staying at the hotels of the Disneyland Resort, which was another way of enjoying a shorter line to our attractions.
Now, when I first heard that, and I don't know if we've gotten the answer to this yet, I was like,
Nope.
Okay, so is that 1 Lightning Lane for my entire stay, or is that 1 Lightning Lane for each day?
The way it's written, it sounds like it's for the one for the entire stay.
For the entire stay, I have to say, what kind of an incentive or extra is that really? I mean, it's inconsequential.
Well, yeah, it really is. Now, of course,
I much more preferred the old version where you could get into the parks a half hour early.
Right. Now, of course, it's only for the multi-pass one, so you can't use it towards your single pass, Radiator Swing, Star Wars Rise of the Resistance. And this starts with all check-in dates starting January 5th. And either way, if you haven't been to Disneyland, Fantasyland, those are all OG rides.
Mm-hmm.
There is no multi-pass lane for those rides.
Nope, you're waiting on the long line.
There's no way of skipping those lines because there's just nowhere to put that additional queue.
Mm-hmm.
So that extra half an hour in the morning when you beat everybody in the Good Neighbor hotels in was when you did Fantasyland.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see how this all plays out. I think this combined with the news out of Pixar Place and the fact that they're closing that entrance down.
Also starting January 5th.
Yeah, it just seems like there's a lot of hiccups going on out in California. And
I mean, if you listened to our review of the Disneyland Resort, if you haven't, please go back to episodes, I think they're 3 and 4. We loved it, and the hotels are wonderful. And we were kind of hoping to go back and stay in one of the hotels the next time we went. But to be honest with you, if you're staying in the Disneyland hotel itself, compared to staying in the Howard Johnson's, which is literally right across the street from the entrance, you're closer at the Hojo than you are at Disneyland Hotel.
Right. This is one of the things that we were talking about the other day. There's at least 15, 20 different hotels. All of them are at least 2 stars and above. They're all within a 15-minute walk of the main gate. They all have packages. Many of them offer free breakfast in the morning, and you know how we feel about a free breakfast in the morning. It doesn't make sense to stay on property unless it's the experience that you want. And like we said, Pixar Place was just phenomenal. I really want to stay there at some point in time, even if it's just, for a 24 or 48 hour period. The place just, blew me away. But what else are you getting for that incredible price tag that you're paying for that room?
Right, because it's a minimum an extra $1,000 for your 4 or 5 night stay.
A 4 or 5 night stay. When we looked at the prices for the California Lodge, which I really, really, really wanted to stay at,
the Grand California Lodge.
Yeah, the Grand California, not that bad. I didn't want to stay at it that bad when we saw the prices. They were astronomical.
Yeah.
But again, I think if you're ponying up that kind of cash,
what am I getting for this?
It's for the experience.
Yes, which is fabulous.
But there should be.
So I'll do it for 2 nights and do the other 3 nights at Hojo's.
I don't know.
And to be honest with you, it's one of the reasons why you hire a travel advisor too, because they can steer you through this and help you figure out if is it worth to stay at the Grand California Resort for yourself, or does it make more sense to go across the street to, the Hilton Garden Inn where we were at, or the Howard Johnson's, or, I can't remember the name of the castle one down the street. That's really cute. But, what works best for your family? And it's just, I don't know what Disney's thinking with this one.
No.
I think they're going to see a decrease in their hotel stays.
Well,
we'll find out.
We'll certainly find out.
Do you want to read the storyline for this one? Are we on the same one?
Big Thunder Mountain?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here we are. I love it. It actually works.
Oh, you want me to read this part here? Okay, hang on a second. Howdy, partners. You folks ought to keep all hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train, because this here's the wildest ride in the wilderness.
That was the part. You did it beautifully.
I did?
Yeah. Thank you so much. In 26, Big Thunder Mountain will reopen with new magic, and new details were shared to us finally about what exactly we're going to experience. Where many people were kind of hoping we would get a similar experience to Disneyland, it seems they're going to change up the story a little bit and give us a little something different and a little something special.
Well, yeah, because I want something different. I want something special. I don't want the two of them to be identical. What I'm really excited about is apparently the track system is state of the art. And this is going to result in a really, really smooth bouncy bouncy ride.
Or not smooth, but purposely not smooth.
Purposely not smooth.
Yeah.
But really looking forward to it. The buzz is out there.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. So the story of Big Thunder Mountain Railroad dates back to olden times, or rather golden times. During the early days of America's first major gold rush, when Barnabas T. Bullion struck gold in Big Thunder region, he saw a future full of riches and hustle to start the Big Thunder Mountain Company.
With this stuff?
That's what Imagineers get paid for. However, them shiny dreams rarely come without a cost, and Bullion quickly found himself in a battle with the forces of nature and a whole heap of trouble. One day, strange and unexplainable things started happening. Machines failed, cave-ins, mines shut down. No matter how deep the miners dug into the heart of the mountain, the forces of Big Thunder Mountain fought back. When the attraction reopens next year, the unsuspecting passengers who board the runaway trains will learn just how wild the wilderness can get.
Yeah, see, I have a funny feeling that this ride is really going to embrace the dark, as well as being, outdoors and zipping in and out.
Well, also being in the dark just long enough for your eyes to adjust to the dark and then have the sun in your face.
Before the effect goes off.
So the mountain attractions at Disney parks around the globe are iconic for a reason. They are beloved by fans old and new for stories they tell and thrills they give and the memories they make. The rumble and roll and fun of Big Thunder Mountain here at Disney World is currently undergoing a mountaintop to cavern deep refurbishment. Ooh. So one of the new changes that they're going to do is when the trains rattle their way underground to spectacular natural caverns full of phosphorescent pools.
Yeah, the rainbow caverns. This sounds interesting.
Shimmering and illuminating iridescent stalagmites, the ones from the floor, and stalactites, the ones on the ceiling. I always get those backwards, which is why they had to add that. Rainbow caverns certainly are beautiful, but they ain't as friendly as they appear. In fact, that menacing rumble from deep within the mountains may be a sign that we ain't welcome. And I get the feeling that you're going to go through that at that slow part right before the second hill climb.
Maybe.
So you're doing the tug, 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 as everything's rumbling below you, and you're like, we need to get out of here.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that looks like it's going to be fun, and it's going to be exciting. And speaking of fun and exciting, there's a new 4D Zootopia Better Together show that's coming.
No. Read that again. Zootopia.
Oh, Better Zootopia.
It's Disney. You didn't think it was just going to be normal.
Well, from where I'm sitting and the angle of my face to the screen, it really looks like Together.
One more time.
Okay. All right. So over at Disney's Animal Kingdom, there's a new 4D show, Zootopia Better Zootopia. I got it right that time.
You did.
This is at the Tree of Life Theater, and it looks like it's a fun experience. I'm not sure, how glued adults are going to be to the experience.
I mean, you've never seen Zootopia.
No, I've never seen Zootopia.
See, I still watch all the movies. So Zootopia is fun, and the two main characters are a rabbit and a fox, who are police officers together.
Okay.
And there's the sergeant, there's the sloth. But anyway, so the Tree of Life Theater is where It's Tough to Be a Bug was. This will be opening November 7th. They are celebrating the Zootopia Day, is the purpose behind the show. So the entire city has gotten together to celebrate Zootopia Day, with a live broadcast where they will have special events happening that you'll see on the screen and in person with animations and with automatronics.
Yeah, it sounds very interesting.
Yeah, and it's going to be,
Definitely
so you're going to have
go and check it out.
Mice on a drone, and you're going to have synchronized swimming, and of course you're going to have the giraffe who had the great voice. Oh, no, sorry, Gazelle.
Gazelle.
The superstar Gazelle will be there. And they also did get the original actors to come back and voice this. Of course, it was easy to do because at the time they were also probably doing the voices for Zootopia 2, which comes out at the end of November. But it should be fun and definitely better than It's Tough to Be a Bug. Our next story is about the cruise lines, and Rob's looking very confused. But it's all good because I know what it's all about.
I'm not looking confused.
Disney Cruise Line just came out with their itineraries for fall 2026 and spring 2027. When you're dealing with cruises, you always want to buy as soon as you know you want to go on a cruise. The prices go up as you get closer to the cruise. What's fun and exciting about these cruises this year, the cruise bookings actually open today, September 2nd, for all humans that wish to go on a Disney cruise. They are no longer going to be cruising out of Australia after this year. They are going to be adding a ship to the West Coast, sailing out of San Diego. They will have 2 ships in it sailing out of San Diego and doing the Mexican Riviera for a portion of the summer before one goes through the Panama Canal and goes to Texas to do the Western Caribbean out of Texas. It's at Galveston, to be exact. It's interesting because they had a big presence in Galveston for years, and then they stopped having one. And now they're going to have the Disney Wonder. The Disney Magic will be in Galveston starting in November.
And that's going to be its home port, correct?
That's going to be its home. And yeah, they believe it's going to stay there because each year we're getting another new ship.
Right. And you only have so many spots.
Right. So before Disney announced anything, the Port of Galveston announced that they were going to have a permanent Disney ship there. And it looks like it's going to be one of the older ships, which all have just recently gotten rehabbed anyway. The Disney Magic and the Disney Wonder will also continue doing the Alaskan cruises once summer rolls around. What's interesting is starting next year, we will have 5 ships doing the Caribbean out of Florida. The Disney Destiny, which joins the family in this coming November, doing 4, 5, and 7-night cruises to the Bahamas, the Eastern Caribbean, and the Western Caribbean out of Fort Lauderdale.
Then we have the Disney Dream. They're beginning the fall of 2026 with 3, 4, 5, and 6-night Dream cruises to the Bahamas and 7-night sailings to the Eastern Caribbean from Fort Lauderdale. And then there's also 7-night sailings to the Southern Caribbean from San Juan, Puerto Rico. The Dream is then going to make its way to Port Canaveral for more 3- and 4-night Bahamian vacations.
Right. Then we assume that once summer comes around, the Disney Dream will probably be the one that goes over to Europe to do the European trips. The Disney Fantasy will be doing 3, 4, and 5-night voyages out of Port Canaveral. Most of the ones out of all of these ships actually will hit either Disney Castaway Cay or Disney Lookout Cay. Some hit both. Some hit Castaway Cay twice. Some hit Disney Lookout Cay twice. So if you're looking just for a ship and beach adventure, those are the ones you want to go on. Then you have Disney Wish, which at this point almost looks like an old ship, even though it's only 3 years old. It's doing its 3- and 4-night sailings out of Port Canaveral. Disney Treasure will be doing the 7-night sailings continuing out of Port Canaveral. And that's what's going to be happening there. The Disney Adventure also sets sail later this year. That is the one that sets out of Singapore. That was never supposed to be a Disney ship, but Disney bought. It's a huge ocean liner. It's going to be a completely different model than anything else, and it goes nowhere. It sails out of Singapore, wanders around the ocean, and comes back to Singapore.
But it's just interesting to me how really all in Disney's gone with their cruises and the amount of different offerings that they have, and they're doing a great job of appealing to adults as well as family, and the itineraries kind of show that.
Yes, oh, very much so. And for the people that are like Disney cruises, I don't want to have all those kids under my feet. There's entire sections of the ship that are adults only.
Yep.
It has a fabulous spa. Disney Cruise Line is known for their service. The service and you receive once you step aboard that ship is second to none. You are pampered from the moment you're on. And unlike many cruise lines, 95% of what you need when you get on that ship, you've already paid for. The only thing you have to pay for is alcohol. And there are 2 specialty dinings that you can do if you wish that you would have to pay for. And there's a few other minor things, but not really. And tips. That's it. When we give you a quote for a Disney Cruise Line, it's very easy to see how much that cruise is going to cost you because there's no additional add-ons.
Everything's all there.
And a lot of the other cruise lines, no matter how wonderful they are, they will nickel and dime you as you get on board. And this is a little extra, and that's a little extra, and this is a little extra. And Disney Cruise Line, soda is included on a Disney Cruise Line. Soda is not included on Royal Caribbean.
Yep.
The only thing you're drinking for free on Royal Caribbean is coffee, tea, and water. So it's a unique experience that really, if you are a cruise person and you have kids now and you're like, I don't want to deal with it, you need to try it. It's more expensive, yes. But in the end, sometimes it's about the same. And to be honest with you, 4 nights on the Disney Wish can cost you the same as 4 nights in the park, depending on where you stay. Right now, that is all the news that's fit to talk about.
Well, there was one more thing on here because it really piqued my curiosity. So they're actually taking bookings for holidays next year.
Yes.
For Halloween and for Christmas. And I just never even thought about spending Halloween or Christmas on a cruise ship.
That's the cruise I want to take. I want to take the Treasure 7-night that leaves on Christmas Eve and comes back 7 days later, or it leaves like on the 26th and is there for New Year's Eve. That's me, the sweet spot for a cruise.
Oh, I'd have to look at that itinerary, I think.
Yeah. Oh, completely. But there's a huge tree in the middle. One of the fun things about Disney Cruise Line is when you enter the atrium, they announce you like it's a ball.
Oh, that would drive me crazy.
So when you walk in the door, we would be announced as, we welcome the Ward family to the Disney Wish. And each family is announced like in Cinderella, exactly what it's from. In Cinderella, when everybody's being introduced at the beginning and she kind of sneaks in. Yeah.
Okay.
Everybody's introduced.
Interesting.
Yeah. Very fun. Yep. Oh, and the other thing Disney does that most don't do, most have one dining hall. You have 3 places you eat dinner. They're all highly themed, very often come with a show. I think we've talked about one briefly in the past. You rotate from A to B to C and then back to A, depending how long your cruise is. Your waiters come with you, so they get to know you and what you like and what you don't like. So if your kids ask for Shirley Temples day 1, day 2 when you arrive, there's Shirley Temples will be waiting for them.
I'd like to see that put to the test.
Oh, yeah, it's very interesting. So it's a very different and interesting way of cruising, but still a cruise, which is why I like Virgin, because it's very different than all the other cruise lines that are out there.
Yes, and we've spoken very, very highly of our Virgin cruise to the point where we've booked another one.
Yes.
Yay, us.
Yay, us. Which we will talk about in the future. That's it for now.
That's all we got. I'm Rob.
And I'm Meg.
And we're 2 gray mice.
Have a good week, folks.
Thanks so much for tuning in.
Thank you for spending time with us today. Please like and subscribe wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts. For all your travel needs, please reach out to Meg, megandthemouse.com. Have a magical week.